Hey guys, Bound to Divide here, and today we're going to be making the rolling bass line from Böhmer's After Earth. And it sounds like this. Okay, so this sound is actually made up of two layers. We've got a bass layer and then a chord layer. And both of them are done in Serum. So let me just start with the bass layer. So for the MIDI on the bass layer, it's literally just the bottom notes of the chords. So we've got G going up to A sharp, then up to F and down to C. And then I've just got them in a 16th note pattern. And then for the actual sound, I can recreate it, but it's a very basic sound. So let me just duplicate this. And then we will initialize preset here. Okay, and then it just sounds like this. Okay, so the first thing I did was to just take envelope 2 and assign it to the cutoff filter. And then just bring that down. Okay, I've got it on a 24, Moog 24 dB filter. And then it's unipolar. Okay, and then the second oscillator is also a saw wave, and it's just pitched up 1 octave. And then run through the filter. Okay, and then the first envelope is also just a bit more plucky. And I think that's pretty much it for inside Serum. Okay, maybe the filter was a bit more open on this. Check. And the master volume was up a bit. Okay, yeah, so that's basically it. This is not actually doing anything anymore because I've switched off the noise filter, so don't worry about that. And this is also not doing anything. Yeah, so no more, nothing else in Serum, really basic. And then after that, sounded like that. Then I just added a saturator just to make it a bit more gritty, and then an EQ to just boost the sub a bit. Take out a tiny bit of the low mids, and then the OTT is also just adding a bit more grit to it, and that's just mixed in 23%, with the time set to 1000%, and the output turned up a bit too. So that's the bass sound. And then for the chords, when I first listened to this, my first thought was that it was just one sound, and I think it kind of like tricks your mind. But then I realized that the chords are actually just some saw waves that are sitting on top of the rolling bass, and they actually sound quite sustained in the original. So it's almost like they're not even part of like the pluck sound. Let me just turn off all the effects here and duplicate the chords. So this is the MIDI for them. And yeah, so basically most of the sound actually comes from these chords, and it's a really simple patch to make. Yeah, if you want, you can just copy that MIDI. And then let me just initialize this preset. And I'll just open up the other ones that we can copy it. So you can hear it already sound, you know, almost like it's done. It just needs to be filtered. So all we need to do is just turn on the filter so to low 24, and then just open it up a bit. I'll just re-enable that automation. So what the automation is doing is filter starts off a bit more open over here, and then I've just dragged it down slightly at the end. And if you don't know how to do automation, you just click on the cutoff, and then it'll make this red bar, and you can delete this. So if you click on that, then you can click and drag anywhere here to automate this parameter. I think it was somewhere like that. Okay, and then I just took a second, or one of these LFOs, and made it into like slight plucky shape. And then just set it to 16th notes. And then just assigned it to the level over here. So if we just turn down that level and then just gives it like a tiny bit of bounce, so it sits a bit better with that bass. Okay, and then other than that, there's nothing else really to it. So yeah, it's a really simple sound to make. Pleasantly surprised with how easy it was to recreate. I know the bottom layer doesn't sound identical to his, and I'm not sure what he used for the bottom layer, but I think it's pretty close. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I hope you found that tutorial useful, and I'll catch you the next one.